I think the first thing and the most important thing is that the definition of what sustainability is means different things to different people. And if you go all the way back and dial it right the way back, the original definition of sustainability actually was linked to corporate social responsibility back in the day. Obviously, I'm far too young to remember the CSR days, but obviously you're not. But obviously, joke. But obviously, that kind of governed. And in those days, it was kind of the Andrew Carnegie definition of, well, let's make plenty of money. And then if that works really well, we'll do some good. We maybe make an effective change. Those days are gone. And with sustainability, environmental social governance, which was created in the 80s, actually a USA thing, a USA premise, which came out of the United Nations of the Brundtland definition, which basically said, do whatever you do to the planet and the environment, you must effectively restore and put back. That is the principle of environmental social governance and sustainability. ESG is a reporting mechanism of that. And when the CFO looks at this and says sustainability strategy, they invariably say, okay, so sustainability, effectively what we do as an organization, but what are we doing in terms of our environmental social governance frameworks? Because that underpins sustainability. And more often than not, people don't necessarily understand that. So first and foremost, CFO will get a sustainability strategy and go for, okay, well, what does it mean? Is it credible? Has it had any external scrutiny? Has it been challenged? Is it assured? In other words, has it gone through external scrutiny? And are we expected to have to comply with external scrutiny? I won't make this a technical regulatory piece, but I think it's important to understand that. The second piece is the financial controller, the financial CFO will also say, well, what's the control environment? Is it linked to processes, systems, procedures? Is it auditable? Are our auditors going to turn around and go, this is really nice what you've written in the financial statements, but does it actually mean anything? And can it be tested? And then the third element as well is what happens if somebody turns around externally, customer, bank, supplier, and go, oh, it's fantastic what you've said about the work you're doing around the environment, let's say around water and conservation. Prove it. Mm-hmm. Prove it. And you turn and go, well, we wrote it in our report, but we didn't really mean it because we don't do it. And as a CFO, those are the hard questions you must ask. I will go on to kind of return on investment and capital employed and how much is it costing me. But just to give you into a narrative, if any CFO listening to this thinks, oh, you know what, this is a great way to generate more business. Yes, you might be able to do that. But if you think you're going to get a short-term win out of this, think again. I've been involved in this since 2006. I was on Prince Charles's A4S group, accounting for sustainability. I won't use jargon. And at Hadlow College, it took us a decade to implement effective change and create value in the proposition, which was in the curriculum and in the student output. M&S, Marks and Spencer, remember what the most famous quote in sustainability in the business world? Plan A, because there is no plan B. It took them over 10 years to see that return, and you only need to look at their market cap to see how they've done it. So that would be the first kind of the hard-hitting questions I would ask, and CFOs do ask us of that.